Hello, hello, hello everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you all have a good time. Just give me a couple moments. Camera turned on properly and bits and bobs. Be able to go into our first match of the day. It's going to be 6 best of 3s a day in the Warditv Boomer Bash B. Hell yeah. Alright, bunch of videos have come down already, and we will see what our first game for TVT is going to be. First map's going to be Byun vs Gumiho to start us off today, so we'll be getting into that, like I say, nigh on immediately, get that up and running, and yeah, get ready to kick this off. So, hello, welcome everybody. Sorry, there's a couple of minutes late, I got distracted, and then we had to try and get the players in the same chat channel for a moment or two, but we are here now, we are good. And we can go. Alrighty, so one of our players AFK, but yeah, well, the lobby's coming up, so we will really will be getting into this very quickly here, without too many problems or so. Be able to kick this off, and like I say, get into some action as we go through this group today. Throw some invites out, get this all set, and like I say, we should just be good to kickstart off into the TVT. Just wondering if there's anybody else joining us. Say Ryung is usually jumping into these games lately. He's just jumped in. Perfect, we should be good to go then. Alright, you guys ready for some TVT? Let's get to it. Excuse me. As we will get started here in just a few moments. Go. He says Gumiho waiting for Byun to say go as well. Perfect. Alright, into the action we go. Ley lines to start us off. Like I say, it's going to be Terran versus Terran. We're going to get straight on into this now. Get this underway. So, get this started up. And we get this ready to party. Ley lines gonna be the map. As we have in the top right hand corner of the battlefield. To start us off here, the blue Terran player is going to be Gumiho. And he starts up against the other Terran player in this group. It's going to be a couple of mirror matches to start the day. The TVT being the first of those. In the bottom left hand side, it is Byun. Following the mirror matches, we'll have a conundrum of TVP to go through. As Kayu Kankam, thank you so much for the 2-year resub. And say thank you so much for the 2 years of resubscribing. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for dropping the sub today. Nice and early as well. Give us something to chat about. Especially just as we have this TVT. No proxies coming into play or anything, so TVT is looking pretty darn standard to begin with here. Really nothing too crazy at all. The first few minutes. As we have the barracks coming through, going to be seeing the refinery continue to come up, the other racks continue to come along. Let's get that up and rolling for the moment. A little bit of build up and setup to begin with. Reactor is coming up as well, so just continue to bring that through, get that set. And yeah, interesting little difference in the open is because Gumiho is going to go directly into that first reactor, whereas we will see the Reaper from Byun. This means that Byun has a little bit of an edge at first, because you can obviously kind of come through as Byun, you can be a little bit kind of up in your opponent's face. But once that reactor kicks in, if you haven't done too much, then they are going to have the better production than you, because then, reactor does take a little while to kick in. It does take a while to have some impact. So it will have a point of kind of, I don't really want to say backfiring, but it's not really backfiring as much as it's just, there is going to be a point here of, this investment has paid out, basically. So that's the way we currently go. As a couple of Reapers just continue up on the barracks for the moment, so just continue to get through with that right there. So far, so good. Again, looking very reasonable across the board so far. Factory comes up, is going to take position as obviously Byun gets into the reacted Hellions. So the reactor on the barracks on the other side is going to be used for the Reapers only, just for the moment, so that will be the idea of that for the moment. And obviously Byun going into reacted Hellions should get up units that can very easily and comfortably push this back actually, so it should be looking, like I say, pretty comfortable throughout. I say it looks like a reasonable starting point. As the 2 Reapers and the Hellion just join up, the other couple of Hellions coming over as well for the moment. A couple of shots just coming straight through. Continue to give chase. Again, just playing cleanup here. And like I say, reacted Hellions really do just so much defensively for you in these scenarios, and that's a perfect example of exactly that. Defense really is just made. It's very comfortable. And without really any issues at all. We are going to be seeing this push back. So Byun gets off to a nice little start. You know, he doesn't really kind of fall behind from the reactor first of his opponent. He deals well with his opponent's units. No real issues at all in that regard. So, yeah, kind of just ends up in a pretty nice position here so far. The siege tank comes back around and is just going to be sat out the front, so we'll also just take a few moments and wait for a chance to perhaps try and make something happen here. I don't know for who to cheer. You love both Gumiho and Byun. Yeah, it was actually a nice match to start the day on as well, because pretty important one. Like, this group has a lot of potential to go different ways, but I do imagine Gumiho and Byun are going to be big contenders to make it out into playoffs. So this first match already has quite a lot of importance kind of put on it from that kind of aspect. So that's already kind of interesting, a little bit different. Let's help the siege tank very much so getting sieged over here. The Viking actually going to catch the Raven and is going to get an auto turret out of it. Can we actually get rid of this Raven? No, the Raven for now will survive and will get to linger, but it won't linger forever, because obviously we are on kind of a little bit of a time here before it just expires and is not going to be much use no more. And that interference matrix very much so just on the way up right now. And that's going to give you obviously all the tools you want later in the game. 2 Ravens still here from Byun and no Raven from Gumiho, so it's a pretty serious difference, right? Having 2 Ravens is going to give you so much utility, so much potential. I'm kind of shocked that we don't see any Raven play out of Gumiho at all, like not even like on the way. Like, I could understand, you know, I'm not there yet, but like the fact he's not even on the way to any, to me that's a little bit of a surprise. Would have kind of expected to see something coming out of that sooner rather than later, but as you can see, not quite the case, not happening right now. Let's just have the command center still very much so building up through over there as well. Getting that underway. And the few Marines and siege tanks will begin to move out onto the map as well. So again, a little bit of Marine Cyclone. Just going to start stepping through. We've got the other Marine Cyclone force gathering up as well. Marine Tank, Hellion, Cyclone all joining together here as we move across towards the upper right-hand side. So already getting into position to start things out. And ready to try and make something potentially happen here. Let's just have a couple of lock-ons. And the attempted bust through from Byun. Again, this is the power of the Ravens. He lands the Vikings. Took a while to siege up his own tanks, which is absolutely fine to do because he's in a position where he has time to do that. And Byun capitalizing on what was just not a good start from Gumiho, unfortunately, and is absolutely punishing him for that. Again, with the Ravens out, you're just going to be in a very good position, and we see that being put to use, like I say, nigh on immediately. And that is going to, more or less, I think, clear us up in this game 1 of the best of 3. As Byun continues the siege onto the natural. Obviously, it should very much so go without saying that this is kind of heading only one way right now as the SCVs pull through again, but Gumiho just has to say GG's. And that is going to be Byun taking the first map of the day. Opening of this best of 3 goes the way of Byun. We'll be heading into game 2 very shortly, like I said. Going to keep the games going today, guys. 6 best of 3s to get through. Hoping we have some longer games. Obviously, I do want us to... I say keep the games going, but obviously I do want us to, have a good little bit of back and forth as well. Just don't want to have you guys kind of sitting through downtime for no reason. If we can avoid it, just going to keep the games going and rolling. So with that said, we're going to host into Amygdala. Whispers of Gold will be map 3 if we get there. As Gumiho has been playing less tournaments lately. He's not been playing no tournaments, but definitely less, which is obviously kind of interesting. Leave the ESL channel on this server. Alright. 5 casters. Looks good. Looks like we've got everyone. Double check the players are ready. And we can go into a game 2 of this matchup. Byun says ready. Did you already say ready? Ah, they did. See ya. Alright. Let's go into game number 2. I cleanse the code to watch because you don't have to suffer watching the mirrors. It is true though, like I feel like we've had less mirror matchups lately, right? So it's actually kind of nice to come in and be like, hey, some mirror matchups again, and actually get some of these out and get some of those going. I'm into it, personally. I think it's fun. Let's see those make a return. As we head into game number 2, we're going to have in the bottom left-hand side of the map the blue Terran player who is currently down in the best of 3 and looking to try and make a little bit of a bounce back. This is going to be Gumiho. Up against the red Terran in the top right corner of the map, we have got Byun, who is obviously taking the lead and looking to get a very good start to the group today. Would be a great start if you come through and get a win right off the bat, right? Would be amazing for you. So, see if that is on the cards at all, perhaps. Once we get settled here. Opening up this series. Thank you to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for being here nice and early as well. Appreciate you all dropping by and coming to watch some StarCraft 2 with us. Really obviously hoping it's going to be a great day. Fun day. I really think it should be. And I guess we will see. We will see as we take a few moments to, like I say, settle down, get set up, and look to see where we are going. That Rex just going through as well. Going to finish up in a couple of moments so we get that completed. And the Reaper just coming over to the sides and try and get involved as well. So, yeah, Reaper's just on the way up. Obviously, no reactor first this time. Not going to take that risk a second time, apparently. So, I'm just going to sit back from there and not pull the trigger too hard or anything of the sort. Yeah, we're going to end up just sitting chilling for these next few moments. The Reaper just makes its way out across the map, so it's just going to be going over to the side. You have the, again, factory, command center, all continue to come through for a few moments, so again, getting that underway. As the Reaper is going to meet the other Reaper, and that's actually a great start from Byun, who gets a lot of damage onto this Reaper. Marine doesn't get a shot at the very least, so that helps to nullify some of the problem that was about to come into play. That was actually very nearly very scary. Lose that Reaper. That's not maybe stupid terrifying because it's on your opponent's side of the map. If it was on your own side of the map, then we're talking a much more complicated scenario. So I guess that is a way to look at it. Let's see the couple of Reapers continue to move over. And moving around the top side, figuring out if there's a play for them over these next few moments. As the starport continues up as well, so bring that starport through. The Hellion gets to the corner there, picks off the Reaper. We take that down immediately. Two Reapers step up. A couple of Marines are going to be right there. They're going to meet this. They're going to greet this. They're going to turn it back around so that does not go too far. It gets shut down easily. Raven's going to try and come in again, and Gumiho is going to get the kills. So nice bit of micro from Gumiho. Does the right thing to give himself an opportunity to get in and actually, have the potential to deal some damage. So pretty major plus. We take those. Cyclone and a couple of Marines continue to gather together as we just have the factory dropping down a tech lab. Getting that underway as well, so we just get that started off for the moment. Get that going and see where we get to. Reaper's still just staying gathered as we are going to see the Cyclone. It's actually going to eat a Widowmine shot here if we retarget and go into the mineral line. It's funny because in TVT, Widowmines do not one-shot workers, so Widowmine drop into the mineral line is less scary because if you can, even if the Widowmine connects, the follow-up needs to be there to truly deal damage. Obviously, the STVs will be there, low HP for a while now, but you still need to have something at some stage to then follow up on that compared to in TVP. That would have been a bunch of dead workers. Our initial instincts to be like, oh no, but the reality is it's not actually that scary. So yeah, funny funny how that works as the Matrix continues on through. You're going to see the tank, the Marine, the Raven all continuing up as well. We need to get settled here in this game too. Marine pulls back around. Raven is about halfway done. The Cyclone is going to come across the map as well, so it's going to come straight over here, just two of them together, trying to hold the map control. Again, doing their thing for a little bit as we settle down in game 2 of this best of 3. Marines and the siege tanks continue to come about. We'll just be hanging out there. Stimpack about to complete. And as again, the Stimpack gets up. And start to see a very different game between these two because Gumiho is continuing to invest into the factories. He's continuing to invest into the mech. So we can very much so see where he is taking things. Obviously, Byun is taking things in a very different direction in comparison. Max coming over. Marine going to sit right there. As a couple of Cyclones continue to gather up for the moment. So again, they gather together. Otherwise, you just see the Ravens overhead moving about. Marine tank still stepping across for a few moments also. Obviously not the lead breaking out like we had in the last game, which obviously gives us a bit more of a competition here. A bit more of a back and forth as the Byun and the tanks just going to work their way through the rocks. So we begin to whack away on that for a couple of moments. Open up the potential of a gold base. The gold base is going to be a big question mark in the world of TVT because, it's a base that really requires you to hold control of the map. And obviously in TVT, control of the map is a massive factor. So if you can hold the middle, the thing is holding control is not necessarily holding where you need to hold for the base as well. Because I guess, we're also talking about, you need to hold the middle of the map. And the middle of the map is actually quite difficult to hold. It's not something that kind of comes along easily. It's not something that's free to get. And a lot of the time you're pushing around the edges of the map. So holding the center is that little bit more difficult when you consider that you're also going to be trying to hold on the middle and edges at the same time. So that combination is the bigger issue. Is like out here for a second. Hopefully not a continued problem. Get that sorted and stay back on track in this matchup. Still scanning about. fire coming about, a couple of siege tanks coming through. I'm just going to open up the rocks over on the centers. Just going to start working through there. Again, the T2 upgrades coming about right now. So you bring that straight through. It takes a couple moments. We move around for a couple of seconds. And settled in for, again, just a little bit here. As you see the tank going to siege up, the CC going to press on forward. Oh, what's up, Fly the Icon? Thank you so much for the 25-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it, as we really do just have a few moments in this game where things are settled down, and we are just going to wait to see if anything might come about from there. Over these next few moments, we do see one siege tank getting caught and taken out already, so that's going to fall pretty quickly. Again, this push starts to move out onto the map, so we are going to take another step out. We are going to see the army getting ready to siege the gold. This is what I mean, taking that middle of the map is very powerful, because you're then at the same time going to just be denying your opponent's gold base, which makes their life so much more difficult as well. So it really does come into play. Dropping to the back as Byun, as he takes the middle of the map, and then he's going to hit on the other side as well. So good multi-prong from Byun, putting some good pressure out, putting some good work in. Now we're going to see 16 SCV so far going down as we pull over to the sides there, try and get a little more back out of this again. And to be fair, I mean, it's been very good for Byun, all said and done. He's able to get a lot out of this. He's definitely had some value here. Oh, everyone's just disconnecting from Creator Day. I see. I see. Everyone just has the problems. It's a classic. Love that. We'll just take a couple moments. Give it a second. Looks like Indy's going to be completely gone, so he's going to get knocked out of this one. For Indy. Yeah. Ready says Byun. Ready says Gumi. Yeah, drop them back into the game. Terrain server, just not people's friends. It's funny how it just changes day to day as well. Like, one day it's like it's not my friend, the next day it's not Indy's friend. Like, everyone just getting server screwed over by the server basically, non-stop. Shock horror. You actually get down here, and that is going to be a base pick off by Byun's, just denying a 5th base potential from coming online, so we stop that right before we really get into it. So I'm going to see that Liberator sieging up. It's going to chase a siege tank back and away as well. Auto turret to come in and give chase. That's a lot of auto turrets coming and give chase. Gumiho tries to push back out of this. A lot of the air control is starting to come online as well, so we'll start to get that up and see whether or not it'll be meaningful, impactful. Again, a couple of Liberators are coming straight across here. getting set for the moment as they take position. A couple of those Liberators still coming through. The Cyclones trying to do their thing as well. Get that lock-on back onto a Liberator for a few moments. The Lib taking some damage, a few shots still coming through. Liberator continues to get settled into the center of the map as we take down a few more SCVs. 3-3, very much so on the way, plus 2 ship weapons added on into that as well. Up a few scans through about everywhere. Tank in the top left, the CC going to drop on down. Just going to relocate that little bit again and try and take another base. So, again, so much of this about the air armies now. 13 Vikings for Byun will dominate the skies. Got more Liberators as well. A few Cyclones of Gumiho obviously give him a shot to fight back against it. I mean, they can help, but they're not ideal because they have to put themselves in danger just to kind of get the lock-ons initially. So then you're taking damage in order to get the cleanup, whereas the Vikings don't face danger in the same kind of way. They can fight from an extra step back or so. Cyclones, tanks, the Hellions. Back up to the top, we'll see a couple of those SCVs going to be dropping. Hellions at the mineral line. Few SCVs continue to fall. Things just get sieged, and we are going to be seeing the Hellback going down. The missile turret is going to get grabbed next as well, so we take that down too. As we continue to sit in range of all the command man. Byun just has the map as well, which is kind of what you're meant to be doing. As obviously he played Bio initially, has made a good transition through towards the kind of Sky Toss and kind of mech style of his own later in this game. Raven is in production still, just more Ravens, more air control. Bit of Bio just kiting around and seeing if it can find anything across the map. Cyclone gets a tank, but again, it comes at a cost. We lost a Cyclone trying to get the lock on initially. And again, these Liberals are just going to step up, and these tanks are sieging into position. I mean, you're just not going to win a fight like this. I think Gumiho might just be dead as the tank's on siege, but they took a little while to do it. He decided late to unsiege, and now he's not re-sieging. It does look as though Byun going to be in complete control of the TVT, so Byun coming through as he does lose his air control a bit here, like a lot of Vikings go down. I actually didn't think he was going to actually, I actually thought he was going to have a little bit more pushing power. I personally thought he was going to keep on going there. Didn't think he was going to get stopped, but stopped he is. There's the Viking chasing a Raven. The Liberator could have just killed the Viking, as it does siege from afar, and it will go for SCVs. That's wild because, like I say, he could have just had the Viking. He just needed to shoot it one time, and this Viking's going to be the reason this is defended. So, I mean, obviously a lot going on, game moving quickly. It's understandable that sometimes these things happen, and moves are missed, and, you know, plays are not noticed. It's okay, like I say, it happens. And the missile turret going to fire. A couple of Ravens taking shots. We'll be seeing our Gumiho continue to fight through as the tanks taking big hits. That's going to be GG called, and Byun is going to take the 2-0 to start off the day. With the TVT victory going his way, he will take the advantage. So Byun, 2-0, and we will be moving on to Europe now for some PvP. So yeah, Europe for PvP, and then it's going to be NA for the rest of the day. I set it up so we do the server hopping and the mirror matchups first, and we head on over to NA and we just move on through and just kind of get to sit on the same server and not have to concern ourselves so much. Very nice. Harstem with the 111-month resub. All of the ones, signifying he'll get first place in the group today. Good to see. Love that. Love the confidence. Let's hope it doesn't backfire. Alright, perfect. Harstem and Showtime here. Let's get viewers going. Put some ads up just to help us along, and we'll get ready to go, go, go. Alright, take a couple seconds, guys. We'll get some videos in. And we'll get this kicked off into our second match of the day. Like I say, our goal to give you guys game after game after game today. That's what we're going for. Kung Fu Panda of Starcraft 2. Never been called a Kung Fu Panda before, but nice, we'll take it. a new one from my point of view. I don't know what it means, but sure, why not? I'm the Kung Fu Panda of Starcraft 2, yes? Sure. Alright, just gonna have Frostline, then Leylines coming up, and then Sandworm will be map 3. So let's get Frostline hosted to start us off. And we'll get ready to go into this. To be on Europe now, so hopefully less connection issues and so on. I've lost a caster. Who did we lose? We had 5 people before. Who have I lost? Young, maybe? Young's probably not going to cast the PvP. Makes sense. Alright, we're going to go into a couple more. Showtime versus Harstem. Showtime says ready. Waiting for Harstem to give us the go-ahead as well. Perfect. G, L, H, F, G, and G. Wow, so many words. Alright, kicking this off, guys. Harstem versus Showtime, some Protoss versus Protoss. It's Frostline to open the series as we continue through this second group of the Boomer Bash, Group B. Get ready to kick this off. Into Frostline we go. We have in the top right-hand corner, the red Protoss player is going to be... It's Showtime. Don't know if we really needed a but we got one. We got one. So Showtime in the top right-hand side and Harstem in the bottom left. See where we are headed. As I just need 1 second, guys. Give me a moment. Hi guys, apologies. So much PvP I decided not to cast. Yes, that's exactly what just happened. I saw PvP and I ran for the hills. I'm hecking out of here, no way. I refuse. Straight up refusal. Can you imagine? Actually guys, I no longer cast ZVZ. Well, I guess that never happens. Guys, I'm officially retiring from casting TVP. Anytime there's a TVP on screen, that's it, I'm gone. I'm out of here. just out of here. Not participating no longer. Let's have a little probie going down as see that picked off. For a couple of moments, just gonna be having a couple of stalkers, still very much so coming into play. He's actually going to be popping out as well, so that gives us a little bit of ideas to where we might be starting to take this over the next few moments. So again, we get set up, we get an idea of what's going on. The Stalker's picking away onto that pylon already, so again, some damage being dealt. Sentries continue to step up. The Stalker's taking down. You're going to pop the Guardian Shield to give us a helping hand. We go back and forth. That'll turn into a fairly interesting little engagement right now. Oh, fun fight as the Stalker does get away there just about on low HP at the end. That Stalker just about pulling back. And we get to resettle ourselves for a couple of moments. Still very much so going up against that Nexus, and they're going to try their damnedest to make something happen right now, aren't they? They are not messing around at all. Jeez. The commitment is real. Commitment is very real. As we try to make something of this, and again, we will not really get too far with it. Coming out of this, just going to see a couple more Stalkers still warping in and getting settled. A few Stalkers going to start pushing back the other direction. We will have a little bit of back and forth continuing right off the bat of that one. Dark Shrine coming up. The gateway is being built. So just bring that through as well here currently. Gonna check to see what is going on / happening. See this Blink about to finish. We are seeing basically Blink versus Blink coming through on this, so that is the go-to right now. That's where we are headed to. As we have couple of shots coming about, and I was just gonna say GG. Wow, he just gets killed. Showtime takes a speedy opening game of this best of 3. No questions being asked there. Second map will be ley lines. Let's just go straight to ley lines then. Oh, we speed. Our speed. Come on, caster. Players ready up, and we'll go. Showtime joining Byun and looking dominant so far. What's actually our order of matches here? It's going to be Harstem versus Gumiho, then Showtime versus Gumiho, then Harstem Byun, Showtime Byun. That's going to be how the day goes. So it's a fun lineup actually. So the Gumiho match is coming next. We'll see how that turns out as we get ready to begin. Countdown will wrap up, and we will head into ley lines. So yes, into ley lines we go. We'll see what happens next. As we are going to start off in the bottom left. Down a map is going to be our blue Protoss player. This is Harstem. Taking on in the top right hand side. Our red Protoss, Showtime. So we settle down, get this underway. And the next is coming through. It's going to be chrono boosting along. We'll see if we get double gateways or not. And like I say, we'll just see in general where we are headed with this over the next few minutes. Me moving straight about again, the probe coming down for a couple of moments there. Just journeying across for a couple of secs. Get settled. And then a probe comes to scout, trying to see a bit of what's going on in the early stages. Got this probe again, continue to scout around for a couple of moments. Trying to see where we are going. Yeah, the probe comes moving around. A couple moments as well. It's just going to come straight over. Some pressure on. That's settled in for a little bit. Destination very much so still moving out onto the map as well, so also just getting across to the other side. And a couple sentries. I'm going to go along with this. Just away we go. As we move about. Again, hallucination just pops straight on through. I'm just going to be having ourselves a little bit of a move across here. Happening for a few moments. Sentries gathering up. And yeah, that blink very much so on the way in on both sides once more. Harstem looking to have a bit of a better setup this time, so he doesn't just kind of fall apart the moment that that blink hits would be the ideal situation. Said simply. Stalkers will continue to fight and fire. Some damage being dealt early on. Hallucination just going to pop up as well, so it's just going to go moving straight about for a couple of moments here. Get on the move. Plus one starts from Harstem, so he's going to be kind of setting up more for the future than what his opponent will be, it would seem. Well, Dev's going to shade through, so Showtime actually going to be able to start dealing some damage. He's also poking on this side at the same time, so immediately is going to be getting to the point of getting some further damage done. A couple of Stalkers going to try and push back, but Harstem's losing 7 workers. He finally gets rid of that attack, but again, just a little bit too late here, quite frankly. That just took a little bit too long, and that is going to be an expensive starting point so far here in this one. Definitely not going to be feeling too good on that front, all things considered. Yeah, a little bit brutal, to say the least, as continue through. Stalker's in the center. He's just going to come across to the upper side. Again, we still got that charge, very much so, coming through as well. So we get that on the way. Bringing that straight onwards here. And yeah, Hallucination still moving about to try and get a little bit more done for the next few moments. Seems to be our current position. Hallucination is going to get shot at once more. The Stalker is able to try and deny that scouting, but actually does get through, so we'll get some more information. I mean, to be fair, we're in a point of this game where information is pretty heavily had anyway, so I don't think there's like something we're about to see that's going to be like, oh my god, there we go, that's it, that's the move. I don't think we're in that kind of a state of the game right now. Charge still on his way in. I'm just going to be seeing that finishing soon. Gives Showtime a big buffer, of course, in this game. Get that charge up. Very essential. Obviously, we already see it on the side of his opponent, so won't be seeing that coming through otherwise. More warp ins. Continue to get set at the front. Armies coming together, just going to be seeing the +2 attack is coming around. Got that +2 attack upgrade finished already. More warpins already coming. Here we go. Harstem trying to be the aggressor. Actually has the +2 attack upgrade advantage right now, so it's not a bad time for him to actually be the aggressor, right? Like, could be picking some much worse moments. Kind of into him finding an opportunity for himself here as we get set up. So lots of Stalkers still very much so coming through as well. So I can continue to make some moves as we come across the map. There is going to be the Prism still moving around also. This game obviously staying a lot closer together, staying a lot more in touch with each other compared to what we've been seeing otherwise. Oops, my bad, sorry. Finger just slipped on the keyboard trying to open something. As RoboBay in the Robo Facility coming through as well, so we get that also added in. I like what Harstem's doing, bringing a lot of the pressure right now, being the guy to kind of, you know, show up and be the player, you know. He's going to be the guy to be like, hey, you know, look, can you deal with this? You know, how are we handling things right here? Is there something I can, you know, take advantage of it all or make something happen with? Just going to be, like I say, trying his best as the Fusel's continue to slash away. The Stalker's going to go down, so we'll see the Stalker dropping. It's part of that. More shots still coming about here as we just have the army pushing forward. Showtime really trying to push his way in right here and now. Wants to make progress in this very moment, it would seem. So yeah, really just trying to full send on this one as when you do kind of push through the Nexus will fall. The Nexus dropping down. Harstem gonna try to see if he can get a little bit of a bounce back right now, a little bit of a push back the other way. Disruptor shot comes in, guys. I have to BRB a second. I think someone's at the door. As Showtime, I feel like, is about to win the game though. Let's see how much time I can buy. Can I stay here till the game ends? But I feel like we're really not far from it. Disruptor shot lands just for a Zealot. Nexus goes down. Stalker's warping in. Another Disruptor shot gonna land. Actually quite nice on some thoughts. They kind of split from the charge in the end. Harstem just getting overrun. And Showtime looking to start off strong, just as Byun did here in the Boomer Bash. It's a very solid starting point, to say the least. Exciting stuff. I mean, both players are taking damage because Harstem's trying to counterattack, but the reality is here, I think that we are probably a bit too far gone. Archon Stalker's still moving up. The Zealots getting chased. Our Stalkers blink after said Zealots. Just try and get a little more done. And obviously Showtime just... If this is a base trade, then Showtime has more units to base trade with. He's not really got much more real estate. Harstem, he just doesn't compare unit-wise, so you just can't really stand up in this fight. You can't stay in that there. That's going to be GG's. And Showtime gets to a 2-0 map score with a 1-0 start as well. So up next, we're going to have a couple of Gumiho matches. Harstem Gumiho on NA, so we're going to swap on over there. And continue with that. Let me just throw the break screen on, guys, because I'm going to go check what Ellie's barking at. I'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, guys. Vetoes are on the way through. We'll be going here in a couple of moments. Let's just have our first map pick coming up here from Gumiho. Just wait for that and we will be off and away. Seems like I got kidnapped. Yeah, I took a 2-minute break. 100% kidnapped. Never seen me take a 2-minute break during a stream before, have I? It's very unlike me. Abandoning the stream. Ay. Whisper is going to be our first map here for Gumiho and Harstem. Well, hopefully the TVP is going to bring us a little bit more action compared to the mirror matchups, which were a little bit one-sided. I mean, you know, Byun, I think Byun Gumiho was kind of cool, but TVP obviously was pretty quick. Let's get this ready to host on up. You went alone to check out what the normally calm dog is barking at. That's like horror movie no number 2. Ellie is not normally calm when she's looking out the window. She barks at anyone and everything, so, you know. I didn't even have to answer the door. Literally, like, across the road and 3 houses down, she's like, "Oh my god, a car stopped outside for 2 seconds." I was like, "Yes, Ellie, and?" And she's like, "This could mean everything. Like, who knows who's in that?" I'm like, "No one important." She's like, "What if they're coming to see me? They're not." So she just barks away. Bark. The players are ready. Gumiho and Harstem can go to battle on Whispers of Gold. Let's kick this off and see what will go down. Go with Ali on this one. Why are you guys always on Ali's side? Never on my side. Jeez. I sit here casting Starcraft 2 every day and I'm just constantly not understood. My point of view is not taken seriously. She's nicer to the chat? What? I'm really nice to chat. I haven't banned you all. I'll show you being to chat if you give me. Ay. Bottom right hand side, blue Terran player is Gumiho, dropping the GLHF. Taking on the red Protoss. In the top left hand side, we've got a Harstem. In game 1 of this best of 3. As we get this set up and ready to rumble. So, off and away we go. We start this off and look to see where, what and how our game may go. I'm excited actually to see what we get out of this here. As we take a couple of moments and ready ourselves up. Should be pretty interesting, to be honest, as we again have the gateway, the assimilator coming through for the moment. I like Harstem Gumiho. I don't know how much Gumiho's playing right now. Seems good, but maybe not at his best. I feel like this is a sort of series you can maybe get a little win on as Harstem, actually. I'd say Harstem kind of comes in as a little bit of the underdog, but like I say, I would not be too shocked to see maybe a little win coming through, so could be fun. So we'll see how it plays out, though. Let's just take a moment or so early. Getting set up here. Probe is going to come scouting across. Is going to come making a move around. Obviously, just wants to check is there any proxy. You're playing against Gumiho. Dude's a bit of a tricksy player. He will definitely play some weirder styles. He will definitely kind of make your life a little bit difficult at times. You don't want to let your guard down against him, and that's exactly what Harstem's approach is right now, just to try and ensure that you're not going to be caught off guard at all. Try and make sure that you're going to be in a nice solid position to begin with on this. And yeah, just doesn't want to, like I said, take too much damage out of nowhere early. Wants to be maintaining a comfortable spot, it would seem. All very logical things to be doing. As the two SCVs is actually going to get the probe kill here. Harstem pulls that back a little bit too late, so his probe goes down. I'd argue that maybe was not quite the intention or the plan that was being put into play right on that moment. So, yeah, interesting moment or two. As you have the Stalker going to recall back. Pull that one all the way back home for the moment. Going to get ourselves resettled down. Stalker and the Adept still moving about, just going to come stepping forward here for a little bit. As again, we get the Warp Gate coming through. The two Hellions and the Reaper are going to poke at the front. They're going to try and see what they can get up to as well. As the grenade goes down, we get into this mineral line fairly successfully. A couple of workers go down. Really not that serious just yet, I would say. Just having our fellow probes continue to come through as well, so we'll go through with that. Take a couple of moments. This wouldn't mind drop, really trying to find a way through, but looks as though for the most part this is going to be pretty decently denied, at least to start off with here. So I'm getting on top of that quickly. Wouldn't mind comes over. Actually going to be able to blow up a bunch of Stalkers, so damn, never mind. 5 probes, bunch of Stalkers going down. Not the ideal way to begin. Yeah, that could have been a whole lot better, as we do see the Wood Mines going off for a little extra towards the end here as well, so just trying to find a little bonus at the tail end. Going to come back around, just going to be continue to set out over here, and we are going to see Harstem try and apply pressure, but again, you lost a few Stalkers and you lost some probes, so your pressure is obviously going to be pretty minimal compared to what it was originally looking like it could have been, and that's going to be one of your bigger problems in this, one would imagine. Just going to see a couple Stalkers, still very much so setting up around the front, and in a moment or two we do have ourselves the SCVs, and we actually lose 4 of them, so it's not a bad start from Harstem at all. It's actually a pretty reasonable beginning point here. Try and get something done. I like it. I'm into it. So yeah, a couple of order turrets will end up fading away. Again, the probes in the gateway continue to come up, +1, coming through too. Continue to bring that online. If you were to set up defensively, it's actually going to be kind of annoying because it means that trying to blink in here is going to be pretty quickly denied if you make a play like that, so that's, like I say, immediately a little bit of an annoyance that you've got to contend with right now. You can see the bio at catching these Stalkers. So unfortunate position is now we are going to struggle because we actually start losing a bunch of these Stalkers. We turn, we will fight this. And as we fight it, we actually do get the cleanup. But man, it's concerning, right? Because it just keeps on getting into awkward spots. Gotta be super careful about these moments. Can't let too much get ahead of you and too much get away from you, really, because if Harstem keeps losing Stalkers like that, you're on a very fast pathway to losing this game, plain and simple. So yeah, I gotta try and stay on top of it, if possible. Interesting push from Gumiho, because now he's got some Widow Mines to kind of back up his position as well, so he's actually going to be in a pretty powerful spot here for the next few moments. Able to hold that position quite nicely even, so this actually ends up in a cool little place as the army comes about. More shots coming through. Harstem obviously trying to flank around with those Zealots as well to try and see if he can get the wraparound that he needs to deny this. It's quite clearly not really happening here just yet, so it'll continue through, but man, his army supply is just in the absolute gutter. He is going to be killed off, and that one is going to go the way of Gumiho. So Gumiho with the push here is going to be good for a Game 1 victory, finding himself the edge, and a bounce back may be coming through because obviously he was mapped down already. Or series down already to Byun already today. Now map ahead over Harstem as game number 2 will be on. Well, we actually don't know because Harstem is yet to decide. Typical Harstem, ruining our schedule. Look at this. It takes 10 seconds to pick Amygdala. We could have been in game already, you know? Unbelievable. Has Harstem's server advantage as well, so that's not exactly ideal for him. Everyone want to join us here. Set to go. Ready, GLHF. See Harstem get put in the player spot. And we can go. Game number 2 coming up. Harstem versus Gumiho. And we kick off into Amygdala. And thanks for joining us today, guys. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here with us as we through some action. Yeah. Warditv Boomer Bash Group B here today. Let's get back to it, as we are going to have in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, the blue Terran player is Gumiho. Gets himself a 1-0 lead over Harstem. In the top right, our red Protoss representative in this series. I really love Harstem when he stops playing cast full time. Wow. The BM and the shade thrown out in the Twitch chat. Unbelievable. This man has a family, you know. Holy. Absolute brutality in the chat. Ay. Alright, well, minus that. Harstem obviously has been, focusing a lot on other content lately, to be fair, right? I mean, we were talking about him, putting a lot of YouTube content out, and he's playing a lot of his off races and so on. I do imagine that if Harstem wanted to play at a high level again, he would definitely step up and have something to say and get to practicing again. anyone tell me the Year of Harstem reference? It's a very old meme, I guess. Meme, joke, anecdote. It's just, yeah, I mean, I guess when Harstem was up and coming, people would always be, this is it, this is his year, this is the year of Harstem. Yeah, that was about it. It ain't really that deep, but it's something that's definitely heavily vested in the history of SC2. Anyways, just gonna see in-depth there to meet the Reaper straight away. As we get a little bit of cleanup on that right from the get-go. Get that started off nicely. And try and push this around for a few moments. Please get there. SCV goes down. Nice little grab and clean up so far. Very reasonable. We've seen our Adept going to come stepping forward a little bit. So just going to be moving through. I'll look to see if there's anything we can make happen for a couple of seconds. Not really much going on just yet as the couple units move about. Also nothing too crazy here just yet as the again Blink continues to come online. Gates coming up. Rope facility coming in through as well. So far, so good. We will continue to move around also. It's just going to take a few steps here and there as we get settled for a few moments. Shots. Ripper getting chased. Ripper trying to make a bit of a getaway for a couple moments as well. So really just trying to get a little bit out of there, trying to make a bit of a gap. Currently, not really coming of it just yet though. Seem to be pretty on top of it. Yeah, pretty on top of handling this as we just have the tank gonna gather together, everything else settling down. And the stim pack continues to come straight through here for the moment, just getting that up and into action. Gumiho already shoving across the map is definitely, already got Harstem a little bit in the danger zone, right? I mean, anytime Gumiho is pushing, this guy's ferocious with his attacks. He does not mess around, so immediately you got to be aware of the fact that this is going to become very dangerous. Very dangerous very quickly, I think, is the combination that we're looking at. Is we get in position in the third base is already, as you can see, being pretty much depleted and denied. So it's not exactly ideal. Damage just being taken right from the very get-go. We do see our Bio getting there and jumping onto the Nexus, but Harstem has just got no way to deal with that Bio Force. So this push is looking to be a little bit too much right now. Plain and simple. So continue to push over. We are going to see the tanks getting sieged. A couple of Stalkers are going to go. A couple of blinks here and there. We are going to see the Pylon going down, cancelling the warp in as well. Harstem, who's already struggling army-wise, is now going to miss out on the production he realistically would need to have a chance at shutting this down. And hence that's going to be GG called. And Gumiho takes 2-0. We are not being blessed with long games at all today, to be quite frank with you guys. Not at all. Not at all. Alright, well, we're going to go Showtime versus Gumiho, and we'll see if we get something a little bit lengthier. Damn. Brutality has struck so far in this day. Absolute brutality. Alright, well, happens. Get back to it in just a few moments, guys. Get back into the Starcraft. Again, thanks for joining us. We are just waiting for more games to be ready to go. Get the videos going for Showtime and Gumiho. So Gumiho is 1-1 in the group. Showtime is 1-0. A win here for Showtime is very good, because a win here for Showtime would eliminate... Well, I guess it doesn't eliminate Gumiho and Harstem, because there is a world where maybe you could get a three-way tie. Showtime goes 3-0. Byun loses to Harstem and Showtime. Then he's 1-2. Gumiho's 1-2. Harstem's 1-2. So there is something of a three-way tiebreaker possibility, but we're not really looking at that just yet. So yeah, that's where things stand right here. Can Harstem co-cast the next match? Absolutely, why not? What a guy. Let's bring him in. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Loud and clear?
Loud and clear, yeah.
Good. It was a miserable set of games.
Yeah,
I'm starting to believe Amygdala is not actually that good for TOS.
Yeah, that was miserable and yeah, well, just because you can't really stop that push onto the base as much. Like, you got to really just be in front of them the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The high ground is really annoying there.
Yeah.
But I also got supply block at 62 and then at 70. That didn't help. Like 5 less stalkers.
Does not help.
Nah, it's not great.
Alright, well. Welcome. You can be a caster for a game, and then you have to play against Byun. You have an amazing record against as well, so it really feels like today's your day.
Yeah, why couldn't you put me in group 1? What the hell is this?
Because you made the mistake of continuing to play. Group 1 was for the people that stopped playing.
Oh.
There was some logic to it. Group 1 was
group 1 seemed like a nice one.
Yeah, because they're all players that haven't played. They're all like inactive, apart from DNS, who played like 2.5 months ago instead of 3 months ago.
Jesus Christ, my illegal lock against Beyond looks really painful.
It's bad, right? I mean, you told me about this one time. You told me how miserable it was.
In the last 10 series, I didn't even take a map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 series I didn't. 11 series I didn't take a map. I am 39-2. Well, he is 39-2. I'm 239. He has a 95% map win rate against me.
You're really getting me hyped.
Do I have Central West Central or no?
No, you just played Central West Central, right? So
Yeah.
you're West Central.
Doesn't matter.
Just doesn't matter. You gotta play one of each anyway.
It's like a handicap, you know? It's harder for them.
Harder for them.
Oh. Don't blame it on sunshine.
Well, Showtime's gonna show you how to do it. Okay?
You think so?
Yeah, I actually think he is. Because, I don't know how much Gumiho's been playing lately, actually. Like, I feel like he's been a little bit inactive. Like, I feel like he hasn't been playing as many tournaments and stuff, so I don't know where he's at 100%.
Gumiho is like Bunny, though, you know?
Just comes back and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fairly irrelevant, I think.
Gonna find out, I guess.
Guess first. He played guess first twice against me as well, right?
I was not paying that much attention, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Game 1 definitely was guess first. Game 2 felt like guess first as well. Or it was like some weird build. It was a weird build, but, you know, I don't know. It always feels like that whenever you're done playing against Gumiho, if you were to play the exact same games again, you would probably win. But then he never plays the exact same games again, you know? No. Or he waits like 2 years until he brings the same builds out.
Never plays the same thing twice.
Yeah, he has so many variations of like different openers. It's super annoying to play against. I hate him as a player.
Just
as a person, I like him. Yeah,
okay.
He's cool.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But we're gonna
Did you know that when he was in the army, he worked on the in the mech part? You know, he was a tank man.
Which is really fitting, isn't it?
It was. He refilled the bullets in tanks. He practiced that a lot. He said. He said they're really heavy, like having to put like the what do you call these? Like the fat tank bullets, you know?
Like I don't really know, like shots, maybe.
Yeah, whatever. It's just the ammo for the tanks, and he would have to fill it up. So they'd shoot, and then he'd fill it up, or they wouldn't shoot, and he would just have to fill it up just to practice the filling up. It's the reloading. He said it was miserable, super miserable.
Did he really?
Yeah. I spoke with like him and Ryung for like 2 hours about the army, and they both thought it was really miserable. Like having to dig the end, like the Ryung told me that they would just go out in the morning at like I think like 8 a.m. They would climb a mountain, then they would dig on the mountain, and then they come home at like 7 p.m. And then the day after they go digging again on the same mountain with like shovels and stuff.
That does sound miserable.
Yeah, it sounds extremely miserable, and that for I think it's 1 year and 9 months.
Yikes.
Yeah, I would not want to do that.
No.
I'd love to do something fun or interesting, you know? Cyril seemed to be having kind of a blast in the Finnish army.
I feel like they have it for less time as well, though, right? So it's easier to have...
yeah, Finnish have it like 6 months or so.
Yeah.
9 months? Yeah.
I think it's 6. I think it depends a little bit, but mostly it's around 6, I think.
Ooh, Showtime's playing Stalker Sentry.
Oh.
Look at that. Oh, Gumiho's playing the exact same build he did against me. Or close to the same build he did against me. It's gonna be Reactor. He's gonna pump a Cyclone out. Has a Reaper on the map. Showtime will have a delayed blink here. And it's gonna go Stalker... Well, he's going Stalker Sentry Stalker. He can scout with his hallucination to see what he wants to do. I think if you see no starport, you probably want to take a relatively fast third base. And he saw no starport, so that's something you can do. I'm confused as to what Gumiho is planning, because he's floating 400 minerals and about 250 gas. Okay, he's gonna go starport. This is different from what he did against me. This is gonna be like a 2-on-1 type of vibe. Build order wise, it actually doesn't feel very nice for him at all.
Okay, well, see how it goes as the blink starts to chrono boost up a little bit. Showtime getting that ready to rumble, and yeah, Gumiho just heading straight into that Stims. Just wants to go and try and apply pressure, try and get on the map, but it's like you're trying to take map control against the Blink Stalkers, and at that stage of the game, even with Stim, just with the Marines, it feels like the Stalkers are just so much better at that job than what you're gonna have.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work, to be honest. Oh, double Liberator. What the hell?
What the hell?
I think it's a misclick.
It's definitely a very weird choice to go kind of double lib out of nowhere, but
I don't think it's a misclick.
Yeah, it feels very intentional. Like he's gonna try and just set up, like push aggressively with the Marines, and he can get the libs set up, and then you just own an area. But no medevacs is rough.
Yeah, he's gonna go for like the triple, you know. He does a Liberator in the net, Liberator in the main, and then the rest of his army goes to the third, and you try to kill like workers everywhere. And then you pray you dealt enough damage, because you're gonna lose a crap ton of units with this. Like, anything that's being sent out is not coming home. Is what I'm kind of feeling. What does he actually have against the Stalkers right now, by the way? Nothing, right?
No, just Marines, so it's pretty miserable for him as well right now. Not looking good, is it? I mean, this is why it's already rough, because you're kind of investing into so much, which is not going to be great. And Showtime has seen the Liberators too, so he knows they are coming, so he can start to prepare for those as well, which makes this even more difficult for you.
This is a one-sided affair here, Wardy. 46 workers to 35. Third barracks is on the way. but his production for now is gonna suck. Showtime already has a third base. Like if Showtime was doing this with like a Prism and Stalkers and his third is late, then I'd be okay, maybe this is playable for Gumiho, but right now, like it's gonna be super rough. He only has a single tank. Showtime can actually still deal damage. Like if there's one person that's gonna deal damage, it's not going to be Gumiho, let me tell you. It's gonna be Showtime who's gonna be dealing the damage.
Does seem rather grim for him in this moment as these Marines try to get the Prism, and they do not successfully manage it. So Showtime gets a few more shots off with the Stalkers still applying a bit more pressure for the moment. And we continue from there.
Here comes the Liberator over at the third base. Also will get stopped here by those sentries. He has 4 sentries out. That's a big sentry count. Third CC gets scouted as well, but usually the Terran wants to be a little bit ahead in supply. In worst case scenario, you want to be even, you know? If you're even against the Protoss player, it's like, oh, it's not great. I'd rather have more supply, but I can maybe play from here. But this, it's going to be rough. He doesn't even have +1. Like, faster upgrades for the Protoss is unheard of. Better eco, better supply, good infrastructure, faster tech. I don't think there's a single thing in which I would give it to Gumiho here.
Really, I made a good job of making it sound miserable.
Yeah, it's very miserable. I don't think it gets more miserable than this, let me tell you. Yes, 23 Marines. So he can't really move across the map. You know what he could try to do? Is go for like a 16 Marine drop and then pray that he doesn't fly through vision. But if you actually look at the vision that Showtime has, it might be legit impossible to not fly through vision because there's vision everywhere. There's vision in, I guess the middle is a little bit empty, but all the sides are all covered in observers and pylons and watchtowers and all of that good jazz.
Does just seem fairly miserable. Not an ideal situation in the slightest then, as we are definitely facing trouble right here. And looking as though we might not have really a great answer to where we're at. I mean, obviously Showtime just got under control of the map. He's getting the +2 in the extended thermal lance, so his position just improves and improves. So that obviously does not feel good for you either, as you're definitely left in a difficult spot with the, yeah, I mean, you have to play defensively, but that lets the Protoss take the entirety of the map, and I feel like we've seen this so much lately, where the Protoss just stops taking the entirety of the map, and the next thing you know, it's like, well, good game, right? Like, you just let him kind of control the entire time, and now you have nothing to really play with or play from, and that's obviously very tough for you.
Yeah. Now, luckily Terran does always have like a max out push still, so I think this is the one thing that you can kind of always aim towards. If both players have maxed out armies, and you get to take the fight to the Protoss player, it can work out fine. Like, the Protoss army at max is not actually very good. Like, legit, it just kind of sucks. You know, you shouldn't win as a Protoss player majority of the time. If you're like Stalker, Zealot, Colossus, the other guy is like Ghost Viking, like, you're just not gonna win. And the way you do it is you kind of shave off portions of your opponent's army as you're kiting back, and then you're reinforcing with more and more Zealots. Maybe you're doing like a Zealot run by as well. If, however, Gumiho manages to get across the map without having to like stim 5 times and lose 4 Vikings before getting to the big fight, then maybe there's a possibility at max, but it's going to be tough. He's going to be probably moving out with a 2-2 timing as well. I think he might wait for it because he's getting an armory and he built double E-base as well.
Give this a couple moments to develop then, as we do have the couple of shots going through, the Colossus firing up and fighting from afar. I mean, this is the thing, is that Showtime can just sort of poke around and then back off if he doesn't want to be overly committed to it or anything. Like, he can just do a little poke here, a little poke there. Like I say, he just doesn't really need to be super committed right now.
Yeah, it's very, very rough. Showtime is doing the right thing though, right? He wants to start trading out right now so that his opponent doesn't ever get to like a very comfortable max out. Behind this, you can still build extra bases, you can add more gateways in as well, and you continue your upgrades. But every single Viking that you manage to snatch here, every medevac that you clear, is a huge deal because it delays that push out that Gumiho eventually wants to go for. And the longer you delay that, the more likely the Protoss is going to have like 20 freaking gates or something like that. So all of these trades are actually phenomenal here for Showtime. He still has a big bank as well. Like, he can lose 10 Zealots right now and it wouldn't bother him. Even if he only gets 2-3 medevacs for that, that would be great. Viking count is still very, very bad as well. We're only at 2, I believe. Yeah, 2 Vikings. There are 4 tanks. All of those are in position to shoot as well. So that makes this engagement a little bit harder for Showtime. He is going to try though. As he runs in, snipes the first Viking. Purification Nova hits 2 tanks at the same time. This was a brilliant battle here for the German Protoss player.
Yep, continuing to trade very well and just get a lot done out of these moments right now. So again, success, success, success. And where do you... I mean, Shadow Strike coming up, so you're getting better upgrades as well. What do you do at this point as Gumiho? Because it feels like you're very, very stuck without really a good way to kind of get out of here now, no?
I mean, you just have to sit and hope, really, that you're going to take a very good fight and keep your Vikings alive, keep your tanks alive. Anything that doesn't get created out of the barracks needs to stay alive. That is pretty much your main goal. Sneaking that fort base over to the top side is a pretty risky maneuver, but for now it is actually working out because Showtime isn't punishing it. So if he gets that fort base up and running, I mean, that would be a pretty big deal. Showtime hasn't actually probed up that hard. He could probably be at like 76, 77, 78 workers. He's currently just barely above 70. So if this fort base gets saturated, then maybe Gumiho has a play to come back into the game. This is a 2-2 fight versus 2-1, but Gumiho still isn't really winning. His Viking count isn't there. There are no ghosts out on the map quite yet either. And Showtime, once again, is just going to be taking a trade that might not look brilliant, but it's going to be good enough to get the GG here out of Gumiho. And he wins game number 1, Wardy.
He is going to take game number 1 of this match. So Showtime gets himself in a very good position because obviously he's already 1-0 in the group. Win this series, you're 2-0. That puts you in a very good place to move on forward. So yeah, definitely feels pretty good for him at the moment, as second map will be on ley lines. That's also Gumiho's server preference, so
The previous one?
yeah, even a little bit sadder for him.
That's double sad indeed.
Double sad.
Did you host yet?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. What's Group C like, Wardy?
Group C.
Oh, it's a full Korean group?
Full Korean group, yeah.
Why?
Why? Don't know. Worked out.
Just did it for banter?
Yeah. I don't know, like, everyone was pretty open to when they could play. I don't know, the way the groups looked, I just thought it looked fun.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Lambo Bunny Classic Mana. I
thought
think Lambo Mana is a fun match.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun group too.
You have a bunch of good groups here. You know what you should do though in the playoffs?
What?
Hey, why am I the gamer?
I don't know, I forgot. Let you a caster now.
In the playoffs, you should make the quarterfinals best of 7, semifinals best of 7, finals best of 9.
Bit much.
Why?
Well, the
Dude,
quarterfinals.
make these guys work for their cash.
4 best of 7s is a bit much on the. I was thinking of doing semifinals best of 7 and finals best of 7.
Now we're talking finals best of 9.
No, I don't want. Best of 9 is so long for no reason. Don't you think?
But if you get a good best of 9, it's really good.
That's great if you get a good best. But if you have a good best 9, you also would have had a good best of 7.
Yeah, but it's better best of 9. You never have it when you watch a best of 7. It's like, oh, I wish this could have kept going forever.
No, I'm very satisfied when the best of 7's done. I feel good.
Really?
Yeah, usually I'm pretty just okay with it.
I think you should do everything best of 7. Also the group stage. Dude. Imagine how miserable I would have been talking with you if I already was 0-4-0-4.
I was going to say, it wouldn't make much difference when you lose in 10 minutes. It's like, oh no, 10 minutes later, we have the same result.
I would be very miserable then. I was already miserable now. It'd been double misery. Okay, let's see what Gumiho's going to do. He's playing Barracks Refinery. Oh. You know the build that Showtime played in the previous game? That was like the initial post-patch build that we all started playing. You know, like I think it's like Sentry first, or like Stalker Sentry Twilight, basically. Yep. And then into 3-gate. I remember we were at a Home Story Cup after the patch, and all of us were talking about this build and how much we liked it. And then, I mean, there's some people that still play it a bit, but I think Showtime is the only one that kind of consistently still throws it out there. I don't actually know why we stopped playing it as much. I think the prism, like having the prism is just too nice. And if you open up with a sentry, it's so hard to get a prism out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, Reaper first, once more out of Gumiho. He plays Reaper every single game.
He likes it, man.
No break.
Feels good to be a Reaper guy.
This is a Nexus before core, by the way. So faster second gas, faster tech, but could struggle a bit against an initial Reaper. If Showtime, you know, opens up with an Adept here, could be in trouble. Maybe lose a probe, maybe lose 2 probes. Get scouted, yeah, it's gonna be a Stalker. I think this is a very, very safe play. I like the Stalker first. He might just do the exact same thing again. I would dig that. I would give that 4 stars.
4 stars, it's a big rating.
Yeah, it's big. Oh my god. Gumiho is playing 2 racks factory. It smells familiar, doesn't it?
I've smelled it before.
If he plays the exact same build once more and then dies to 3-gate Stalker, I will be kind of sad for him.
I'd be kind of sad for us. I want to see a game 3, just one time.
The game 2 between Gumiho and Byun kind of felt like a game 3 though, you know?
Yeah. That's probably the best game we've had today.
Yeah, it was not bad. I mean, yeah, we haven't had a lot of good games today so far.
Happens.
Okay. 3-gate goes down. Scout comes in. He's gonna play the exact same build, buddy. Exact same build. If you're Showtime right now, you're so happy with your position. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe he's doing this again. I cannot believe it. Although he's not building the reactor yet. Okay, there we go. I think he just forgot about it. I don't think this is like a smart adaptation. He just forgot about the reactor. If anything, that's a dumb adaptation. Forgetting stuff is not smart, Marty.
I hate it when I forget stuff.
So, can't argue with that. All right. What are we actually gonna see here? A bunch of Marines. Stim about 30% done. I think he's gonna reactor out medevacs.
Well, the medevac start. The blink starts from Showtime. We just get to go. See this attempt to kind of be aggressive from Gumiho again. I mean, at least this time he's not going to be kind of punched and, you know, held back before he can really do anything with his Marines, so better feeling than what we had last game, at least.
Showtime just kind of plays this like a 3-gate blink build, you know? Well, it's a 3-gate blink, but like an aggressive 3-gate blink. But with a sentry scout for safety. So you delay your blink, but you have some hallucination scout, which makes defending certain things a bit more simple. What's his stalker count right now? We're at 8 already. I mean, this is going to be rough for Gumiho to deal with. 8 stalkers is really a lot.
Yep, and he's only got the Marines, so Stalkers can start blinking back. They just start shaving off Marines and nothing else. Showtime is finding value right away with his units, just blinking back, only trading shields. Gets a few Marines, and I mean, now you just can't really, now you can't really kind of move forward on the map at all, right? Oh, that's a very risky play. Oh, we realized it too late as well. Oh no.
This game. Wow. Another good series today, Wardy.
Bangers, absolutely bangers.
Banger into banger into banger. Oh, I get to fight Byun now, don't I?
I'm so excited for the next one as well. I feel like it's really going to keep up to the quality of Starcraft we've seen today.
West, Central, West. Oh my god, why would you do this?
Because you had Central West earlier before when you had a chance to win. You didn't.
Wish me luck, Wardy.
Good luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
Today's games kind of suck, guys. I'm not going to lie. Today's games are not really it. Happens. It happens. If you guys are enjoying today's StarCraft, even though the games aren't great, you might really just love StarCraft. And if that's the case, you should support it right now by subscribing with your Twitch Prime. Kaboom. Also, don't forget, like and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well if you're watching on YouTube. Appreciate it a lot. Helps out a bunch. And, yeah, we need, I don't know, be honest here. Yeah. I have nothing else to say. There's not much to really talk about in those games. They were pretty disappointing. I'm actually going to BRB one moment while the video. I'll see you guys in a sec. Hello guys, welcome back. How we doing? I'm missing a caster. I feel like I am, but I don't know who. Oh, we had 5 casters originally, which were good. Ready, GLHF, let's kick it off. What's up, Wilhelm? Thank you so much for the 13-month resub on the Prime. As we get ready to kick off and go into the next game. Let's get this started, guys. Let's kick this into action. Get this ready to roll. Ley Lines is our map. Like I say, let's get this up and running. See what we can do. GLHF gets called. As on the bottom left side, our blue Terran player from the Shopify Rebellion is Byun. In the top right, our red Protoss is Harstem. He heard him hyping up this matchup. He's never, in the last 11 series, won a map against Byun. He's only won 2 maps in his lifetime against Byun. Harstem basically telling us that today is the day that he is going to smack Byun down like never before. Byun is not going to know what hit him at the end of this series. This is going to be an absolutely astounding display of StarCraft 2. Cannot wait for it. None of us can. We know it's going to be good. We're excited. Just everyone is buzzing for this excellent series that we have on the verge of being played right here and now. I honestly, I talked to Byun. I was like, Byun, well, how do you feel about Harstem? He's saying he's going to smack you down and make you look like a diamond scrub. And Byun was like, wow, honestly, I feel like it's due. I know it's getting boring, winning against him every single time lately. So it'd be nice if he actually, fought back for once. So I think Byun's excited for a series where, he actually gets to play some StarCraft 2. So just, getting that instant win. Everything lines up to this being a great matchup here, from what we're hearing. So, yeah, very, very exciting times here, guys, as you can see. What's up, guys? Wolfie Rolf, thank you so much for the 14-month resub. Apparently your first time chatting. It says, thanks for your work on after the 14-month resub. Appreciate the Prime sub, mate. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for supporting. As we take a couple of moments to get set up and move around, and we get settled in for a second or two. So just take a little bit to see where we're going to go to, see what the plan is going to be. So if you're just coming over, the Reaper actually getting a few shots off already there as well, so getting a bit of extra damage dealt right off the bat. And the Adept just cruising about, taking a few moments. No rush on our side to get anything done as we, like I say, just get settled in. Look to see what the overall plan does indeed become here over the next little while. So, yeah, getting that set up, getting that ready to go. Having the Reaper poking about, coming through. Also just trying to see a little bit of what's happening for a few moments. As the Adept will continue to chase the Reaper around the right-hand side. And we don't quite get the kill on that, so for the moment at least it gets away. And the Reaper coming back over. Gonna be met by a couple of probes stepping forward as well. So they're gonna step up and just try and see and maybe bring something intriguing to the play. Not too much happening just yet. Purple coming through. The blink is on its way up. And we continue to settle down just for a few moments. Water mines settle in as well. So again, we take a moment or two. We've got ourselves the water mines coming across the map there, so they're going to make their move, make their step across. Like I say, see if they can get up to anything overly interesting. Probably nothing too wild here, to be honest, but say just stepping through, we'll see if anything builds from this. As the Stalkers get in position pretty quickly to deny that though, and they say, nuh-uh, not happening, not allowed. So that doesn't really go anywhere as the Stalkers try to stand up for themselves. Again, just a couple of moments there. Trying to bounce back a little bit. We do have, then at this point, a little continuation as the medevac sits around the back. And you have our siege tank and a couple of marines continuing in as well. So all of that continues to come into play right here. Tend the Kind, thank you so much for the 2-month resub. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for resubbing to the stream. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we Just have the Raven coming around the back, Byun already just being annoying in this game and setting up all of that harassment that you can continue with as the game goes on. Byun just heading into his stim pack, so he will be set very soon into that, so that's looking good. Hallucination still coming across the map as well. Marauders building, stim pack and combat shield coming through too. Bio gathers up and we will have ourselves the bunker getting filled. We have ourselves the siege tank settling. The Marines jump back into the bunker. So back and forth here as obviously Harstem tries to apply some pressure. Gets Byun scared enough to at least, you know, put up the bunkers, which is not a bad thing. That's not easily done. Scaring Byun is, like I say, not easily done at all. So we take that. That is genuinely, in my eyes, a little bit of a win right off the get-go on that one, so definitely a positive there. Yo, Subsola, how you doing? Thank you so much for the 4-year resub. Coming in with the tier 2 as well. So much for 4 years of supporting Starcraft 2 here on Warditv. It's freaking awesome. Love to see that. Thank you so much for the supporters. I will just get rid of an adept, so we get a little grab for a few moments. Nice little pick off. Big push coming in from Byun. Getting into position is going to make life a little bit difficult for you. A couple of Widow Mines trying to set up as well. Byun getting set to fire back the other direction if at all possible. Seeing what we can get done at the moment. We're just waiting out and seeing what we can set up for as we take position here. The concussive shells coming through too. Stepping about, the Zealot's going to try and come forward. Harstem wants to try and get those High Templars into play. They can reach the Storm, but kind of more so stormed his own units there. That was a less than ideal moment, to say the least, as we still have ourselves, again, a little bit of a push up and a move in. Just trying to get settled as we try and make something happen. So definitely not the most ideal of situations as the units load back up and we are going to get away with the medevacs. I mean, Harstem gets the defense here. He's going to get a hold. So this is going to be a defense made. We take those. It's not easy to find a defense against someone like Byun when he shows up aggressively like that, you know. It takes a bit of guts to be able to stand up and say, "Nuh-uh, I'm going to hold you off. I'm going to actually keep you back here." And actually be able to successfully do that to some extent. So that's a job well done by Harstem. Now, can he actually make this into anything else coming back across the other side of the map? Remember, he promised us an epic series, and this is him delivering on that promise so far. In reality, we actually do see a serious push. I mean, if the storms land well, Harstem has potential, and right now, going very decently for himself as we continue to step on in. Again, pushing into good positions. The storm comes out, the army still looking to step forward again, another storm coming down. We warp in a handful of zealots right there, and we are going to continue to move on through the ghosts, the bio units. It's going to sit there, the Widow Mine goes off, connecting, 20 SCVs going down, and Harstem is looking very good. Actually very exciting for this group if Harstem takes some games here as well. It actually puts us into some very interesting positions altogether. How exciting. Harstem actually playing. I was memeing along, and Harstem meant serious business, so who's the fool? I guess I am. At the end of the day, I really had no belief. I mean, the stats didn't lie. His earlier games didn't lie. But it's not looking pretty, was it? And yet here we are, as the medevac's going to try and make a big boost, but he gets a spot of it with the Stalker. That's such a big deal. Seeing this with the Stalker ahead of time just lets you do so much more about it, puts you into such a better position to really come through and deal with this, as the Bio does get the unload, but like I say, you just know that this is happening, so you can move into position preemptively, and it's a completely different scenario to what you were going to be seeing otherwise. Huge shutdown over there. That is a big deal, as they say. Stalker still stepping over, so we are going to move to the other side for a few moments. As we step across, we are going to have ourselves the +2 attack, the +1 armor. Continue to come into play as well, so continue to bring that online here. Continue to get settled. Yeah, we've seen the SCVs going down. It's a nice storm into the center right there as well. Continue to put on some pressure and some damage. Nice to be able to come through with that and find a little extra once again. So yeah, just continue to find some success. And not a bad thing so far, as we just have the Widow Mine that's getting cleaned out. Harstem max Byun at 156 supplies. So this really is opportunity here for Harstem in this game number 1. Obviously, he's 0-2 in this group, so a win here would keep him alive, because if Byun loses to Harstem and against Showtime, there is potential for a 3-way tiebreaker, so that could be something that comes of this. That is a possibility that we're kind of looking at here, is that, oh, okay, we got to kind of respect that potential, respect that opportunity that could happen. So yeah, things to think on right now. Things to think on. Storms continue to drop straight into pull A, trying to find a little bit extra here, trying to see if there's anything more we can do. So far, it's not really. It's not a pretty fight, as Harstem going to go running. The problem is he's going to get chased as well, so he's going to lose a bunch as he gets chased down in the end. SCVs pull across. They are just going to get going onto that 4th base, so they get reset for this moment as well. So we resettle ourselves right now. And a chance to try and see what else is happening here as the Bio Ghost Viking gathers, the Medivacs as well. We have ourselves the 2-2 upgrades and ship weapons coming up. Add some more barracks in, add the starport on. Another Widow Mine shot that comes through. Let's have the unit still maneuvering about. Attempt to make our way over as we settle this for the moment, at least. Full shots very much so still on the way. As the Zealots are going to try and move in on the left-hand side. Now, Harstem's on the right side as well. 3-3 upgrades on the way for him, so he's going to continue to retake upgrade leads in this game, which is obviously huge. That should give you a lot of opportunity and a lot of potential, so that's a major positive that we're working on right now as these Stalkers step forward. Medivacs will be there pushing it back, though. Bio continues to try and find opportunity at the moment. Continue through with the extra warp in. Once again, Harstem is still very much so maxed out at this point in time, so it's still 100% looking to be the aggressor in this scenario as we step on up. And we start to move through the A couple of shots continue to come about, so damage being dealt. Harstem is going to get the win as Byun just cannot keep up with the fight. GG's. Harstem takes the 1-0 lead in this best of 3. You guys doubted it. You guys said he should be a caster. Caster life, guys. You cast, and you come and play a game of Starcraft 2 and you win. Should have been the way the whole time. Alright, game number 2 then. We'll come up, and Harstem is... he wins on West as well, so... actually, a great map, a great time to win for him, because that's his worst server. Played already too. Now he gets to play his better server for game 2 of a game in this series. Put the lobby link down. Got this going. What, he doubted it? Yeah, of course I doubted it. Frickin' Harstem. He lets me down so often. What do you want me to say? Players are ready, and you get ready to kick off game 2 coming through. A game 3 possibility if Byun wins this. I mean, maybe Harstem actually gets a 2-0. That would be wild. If Harstem was to win this series, he would win more maps in one series than he's won in his entire career against Byun. That is pretty ridiculous as well, right? Like, when you think of it like that. 2 teammates. Because Harstem's also not being bad as well. History being written, says Harstem. Harstem 0 and 18 against Byun. 0 and 18. Yo, what's up, Fabrizi 007? Thank you so much for the 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hell yeah. As we dive in to this next game. In the bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran player has... Yo! Well, how? Never mind this guy. Actually, no. I like Byun. In the bottom left, it's Byun, our blue Terran, who's down a game. Never mind the other guy, because Fabrizi just dropped the 5 gifted subs, going out to Musical Majesty, Manny Schuster, C. Barragan, Sturdy Rock, and AB6200. Thank you so much for the gifted subs and the generosity. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some love in the chat, please, for our gifted subs. Hell yeah. Amazing. Alright. Back to it for us then, as Harstem is in the top right side of the map. Harstem's never won a series against Byun. Never. Never, ever, ever. That's kind of wild, right? Like, I really would have thought that at one point he would have had a series win. I really believe that wholeheartedly. No memes or anything. Like, I am genuinely a little bit shocked to hear that that is the stat. But crazy things do happen, as we are finding out. It's going to be seen our Cybercore coming down. Our Nexus coming through as we get settled in here for a couple moments. Get this underway. Yo, what's up, Iceman Melting? Thank you so much for the 10-month resub on the Prime. There you go, Woody. You're the soul of SC2 for at the moment. Thanks for everything. Thank you so much for the generosity and the kind words. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Full shot still coming about. Take some positions for a few moments. As we get settled in. Trying to figure out what we can do. As we settle down. moving about for a few moments. Not really too crazy just yet. As we get ourselves a little bit of build up here. Let's have ourselves the SCVs going down, and it's going to be Harstem. He'll get some damage. Sorry guys, just trying to sort something on Discord. I thought I was already on Indy's camera. Moving about, but I was not. I apologize. Apologies guys, that's my bad. Well, Reaper is stepping about. Stalkers gather. It's going to move on through. Nation taking shots. Get moved away. It's going to be seeing a couple of Marines underneath. Going back over there as well. Fairly reasonable course of things so far. Still going to shoot. We're going to get chased. And Stalker's just going to set at the front, so we gather around, we take a few moments. We settle in. See where we will go. N+1, combat shield and concussive shells all building. For a few moments. And that charge, robo facility gates all coming about. Need to get settled. For a little bit here as well. Upgrades just continue through, nothing too crazy yet as we continue with that, as we have ourselves the orbital command going to lift off. Here on Killer's Mile, just going to take that third base. Harstem already on his third base, so feeling quite cozy about this for the moment. I will step up a couple of the Stalkers already chase around. Gonna see the bio stemming up, a couple of Stalkers getting pushed. That bio very much so coming over for now, it's just gonna come straight over. Storm coming online, again the charge coming through. Bio army very much so putting itself in some good positions to apply some pressure. And drop into the back of the natural expansion, and it's actually an awkward position. Harstem, so much of his own Sim City that he has to run through to be able to come in and deal with this, so definitely a little bit of an annoyance right there. As the fire regathers down on the bottom side. A couple of the medevacs just going to peel on over. Bunker coming up also, just for now. Get that all set up. Next is coming down on the fourth base. Coast Academy at the front, the Bio units gathering together, another bunker coming up nearby. Okay, a Guardian Shield popping up, and a couple of Widow Mines line up onto some of the Zealots, so you do see the Force Fields coming through. And I don't think Harstem ever really breaks through this. This looks a little bit too powerful a position for Byun, who is just not being moved an inch from his defense. Gets one feedback onto that ghost. The problem is you need to hit the high Templar Storms. But it's very hard to hit those high Templar Storms when Byun can kind of sit back and play a little bit defensively and just not really let you get close to him. So that becomes a frustration and something that, like I say, is I think quite difficult to make work or to use against you or anything. So yeah, it does become a little bit tough. As long as he still has some storms available, there's always going to be something of a chance of breaking through this, though. So we continue to keep up that pressure. We continue to see if we can break in. I mean, the army supply is not bad for Harstem. He is getting towards upgrades as well. That should help him in the long haul. So that will be also a nice addition here. As we continue through, we're just going to be seeing the storm coming down. Landing quite nicely. And is it enough overall? Prism goes down, so no more warp-ins, but that army is bad and bruised. Like, the storms have been landing on it, so realistically, yes, there is some damage being done here. Some damage absolutely taken so far. It kind of makes you feel as though there was absolutely a chance you could have just jumped on that and completely committed to it as Harstem, so I felt like that chance was somewhat available. And as we see the Bio army spreading out a little bit. We need to push on through, we get set up. EMP starting to show their worth as well. Obviously, Archons, as they morph in, just getting taken down instantly. There's a couple of Immortals are doing a lot of work as well. And it's a very Marauder-heavy army, so there's Immortals actually chunking. There was 3 Immortals in there. I actually missed the 3rd one in the center. Harstem has to blink back right now, and Archon showing up, man. He had a little bit of micro potential off of the Prism. I wonder if that could have gone a little better for him to the point of maybe seeing that teeny bit of extra success he could have perhaps had. Doesn't happen, obviously, as we see in the end, but possibility really felt like it was available. 2-2 upgrades, plus 1 ship weapons, all continuing up currently. Harstem is actually ahead on supplies. He comes back across the map. 90 workers to the 83 SCVs. It's kind of wild. Obviously, the benefit Harstem has had in this game is the map control, and being able to be so aggressive on the map is a big sign. I'm getting there. Just a couple of SCVs going down currently, so a couple of pickoffs made. I don't mind aiming towards some of those stalkers, but we do, for the most part, just push this back. Templar coming over with a couple of Immortals in the back. I love that we're still adding some Immortals on. I actually think they're such great units to have. Really amazing just how much they can do bulking, chipping away. So yeah, I really love to see more of those. Very much so active in this game at the moment. Army spreading about. As we just come through, again the +2 attack upgrade coming around. We get that on the way. Moving over for a few moments here. Vikings just land and going to get straight onto the assimilator. So a little bit of pressure coming through. Storms continue to apply just a few hits as again Storm comes out as well. Shots very much so coming straight in right there as again we have the +3 Armor on the way, the +2 attack upgrade coming up as we speak as well. So again, just get a lot of that coming straight on by. "16 dead probes." As we do have the Stalkers blinking. Actually, a couple of shots coming out quite nicely for a moment. A couple hits landing. Back over, the Stalkers and the Immortals going to step up. We got the EMP or 2 on the ramp. Oh no, the Prism goes down with everything inside! I believe that was a bunch of High Templars. Now we're going to try and come forward with these High Templars, but they just get EMP'd. Storm finally comes down. One Storm out of all the High Templars. I think it was like 7 High Templar and only a single Storm lands in the end. Absolutely brutal. We'll see the Immortals getting chased down. I think I might have just lost Harstem in the game. That fight was just so bad, unfortunately. As we do see the Immortal dropping, the few Zealots coming back over as well. A few more of them continue to try and charge into position here, trying to make some moves. Zealots keep on charging up, getting straight on in. It's just not going to be enough. I think we have indeed just lost too much. That fight was so bad, unfortunately. Not the time to take the worst fight possible. And it's like I say, it's going to be extremely costly and leaves you now in a world of trouble as Harstem, where he controlled a lot of this game as well. Controlled a lot of this game. Unfortunately, it's just not going to turn out to be enough in the end. Vikings will land. They will start to hit a lot of those probes, so even more damage to be dealt. And as we come straight across, we'll see another Storm coming down onto the Marauders. The Immortal actually going to get taken down as well. The Liberator still sieging, going to go after a few more probes too. Firefall's back. We're going to see the Liberator trying to siege up on top of this. Trying to stay alive right now. Has come across and through. We are going to be seeing Harstem, though. Still, his army not good enough. Still, just going to end up being pushed away and bullied backwards. He's moving the wrong direction right now, unfortunately, as this does look as though it's going to be GG's. And Byun is going to get to the 1-1 score line. And a Game 3 will be coming up between Byun and Harstem. As we'll be getting to that here in just a few moments. Hey, we actually do get a series as well. We get a Game 3. We will take that. Hell yeah. Alright, third map is Whispers of Gold. Back to the West server as well, so back to Byun's preference here. Alright. Everyone's here, so we should just be able to go. And Harstem, again, just one fight really decided that one. It's kind of sad to see, but just the way it happens. Is ready, LGL. Let's click start and get this one set up. Let's do this. Counting down, moving in. Game number 3. Byun and Harstem fighting each other right now. See what happens. Whispers of Gold coming up. In the bottom right hand corner, looking to get himself to a 2-0 scoreline with Showtime left to play. We have ourselves Byun in the bottom right side of the map. Takes on the Red Protoss to the top left. We have got, of course, Harstem. Actually put up a great fight in that game as well. Absolutely had opportunity and potential. Wasn't quite enough in the end. And hence the GG came through. Will we see a bounce back here in a game 3 then from Harstem? Or will Byun maybe take just better control of this series at this point? I feel like we're at that stage now where that's actually a pretty good question to ask ourselves. Rope stepping across. As we continue to move around, settle ourselves in here for a couple moments. See where we're going to. Yeah, we get set up and get underway, and we will have ourselves a few moments of build up right here. And we get a couple moments, and just gonna see the Reaper playing defense as we deal with a little bit of movement around early on. Set up and ready to roll. Reapers, Hellion coming across the map. Gonna start making their way across. A couple of Marines coming through as well. Bringing that straight up for the moment. As the Hellion is going to be able to get rid of the Adept quickly. So much more aggressive opening from Byun as he really tries to get forward and to deal some damage in these early stages, basically, as the seeming game plan. Pick that off right off the bat. Two workers going down, so a little bits of damage being done. Six workers, obviously pretty serious amount of damage to begin with. It's more than you'd like to see. It's definitely pushing you into a bit of a weird position here, because now you've got to deal with the fact that, hey, you just took a bunch of damage. And you still have to kind of figure out the rest of this. So, yeah, a little bit of an awkward scenario. Harstem just taking a ton of damage early. It's definitely not going to make his life simple at all. Marines will continue to gather together, so again, getting set here for a few moments. Time to maybe see what we can do. The Banshee will show up and we'll start to try and hit some of those probes, so a few shots coming about with that as well. We'll get that underway right off the bat. Start to move about. Again, the stalkers will come over. We'll take some steps. gathering up right now as we wait to see where we go. Just going to have the Banshee rack back around the back. Going to come in again. One opportunity here as we have the couple of probes going down. The Stalkers step up as well. So again, see if they can maybe make something happen for a few moments here. Well, the Stalkers are gathering. The Bio is still moving up into play as well, so continue to bring that about right now. The Banshee kind of hanging about to the top side as well, so we'll continue to see that set up and looking for opportunity. As we get through, that's going to be a nice little grab also. Get rid of the Observer. Harstem is just in trouble in this game, so we are absolutely in a situation where we just need to try to, if possible at all, stabilize, slow the game, get yourself back into it. Not sure how much harass he would typically be able to find for himself right now, to be honest, if he wanted to go for that sort of approach, so I'm not sure that's a realistic option, honestly. Bio, tanks, all gathering. And that Stimpack and the Combat Shield continue to come through, again, fully set up currently. Shove forward. Like I say, I mean, this is just the sort of attack where you've already taken damage early, as Harstem. It's going to make life very difficult for you right now. As third base, as you can see, has taken an absolute beating, so really not looking ideal. Hard to really defend this position at all. Tell you it's going to be okay, because it just is not going to be. GG's, it gets called, and that will be that for this series. Pretty simple ending at the end, I suppose, as Byun just gets ahead super early. This one-sided match of the, or game of the series, to be fair. Very good series overall. Good to see Harstem taking a map. One of the few times he's done it against Byun. Even without taking the series, it's something that just genuinely has not happened a lot. GG's. And that is going to be that's going to be that series. Alright, it's going to be Byun Showtime coming up next. Byun is going to be a... Perfect. Alright. Get this going, guys. We'll kick this off in just a couple. Guess we're ready to roll. Get ready to resume. Torpedoes coming straight out. So yeah, videos coming out and get that started. I'll kick this on into play in just a few moments, guys. Persephone going to be a Vito Amygdala as well. Our last best of 3 today coming through here in the Warditv Boomer Bash. So at this point, it's a guaranteed Showtime and Byun advance. This is just going to be a straight up battle for first place, which is obviously a seeding benefit going into the playoffs. Seems good to me. Alright, Amygdala, Persephone, Frostline, Eldorado vetoed so far. Sandworm, the next video, and then one more video from Showtime, and we can go. This was a goal going to be our first map, followed by ley lines. Perfect. And then ultra love for map 3. Right, let's do this. Central West Central. And the fight for first place in this group shall begin. Drag people around. We're missing one caster. Put them in here. Be able to go. Ready. Click start. I'm gonna go kick this off. Alright, let's hop in. Game number 1 of our final best of 3 of the day, guys. We'll probably do some non-Starcraft for an hour or so after as well. On the top left-hand side, Showtime. In the bottom right, it's going to be Byun. Thank you, Harstem, for the raid. Welcome everyone from the Harstem stream. Hope you guys are enjoying. Sorry that your boy didn't make it. I really believed in him against Byun, to be honest. He had me believing at the very least. Had me believing. But my belief is not what counts when it comes to actually winning games, believe it or not. It's like, I believe the game should be won. What? No? What do you mean, no? Slightly awkward. You see coming about when we get set up here. Take a few moments to establish ourselves. To see where we're going to be heading to. Let's just have Whispers of Gold. Fun, interesting map to start us off on. A bit of an aggressive one, maybe you could say. So, see how it pans out. Alrighty, so we get settled here and take a few moments. We'll get underway as we have the Cybercore coming through, so we get that set up as well. Just taking a couple of moments to start things off and to see where we can end up. See if we can make something interesting happen in this one. Is just moving around, getting up towards the upper left-hand side of the map, so it's just going to be making a start over there. Reaper really is looking for that opportunity, so trying to find his way in. I guess they're kind of unable to so far. For that chance as the Adept comes through and plays the shutdown for a couple of moments. Marauders are going to step across and they're going to try and meet these depths, which is going to be awkward because obviously these Marauders have that concussive shell. So the Adepts can't exactly run away, but the Adepts actually just stand and fight, and they actually do shade away successfully, so they just get out of there no matter what. We take that. Seems like a good trade to me. Get out alive. Yep. Anytime you're getting out alive, I think you can only accept it with open arms, right? It'd be kind of silly not to be accepting your getaway with open arms, at the very least. As we see on Showtime now, knowing what was coming, can obviously make some preparations if necessary. Well, typically, preparations are necessary, but not really too much happening just yet. To be fair, he did some damage to those Marauders, and kind of catching them so soon might have actually been enough to start negating the possibility of kind of getting across the map and getting too much else kind of going here. So it looks as though that might be somewhat the case. And we'll see the Cyclone going to come and take some steps forward as well, so it's going to start moving over. And a little check to see just what's up, what's happening. Answer is not a lot just yet. Stalkers will step toward the front, and that's going to allow them to, threaten the idea of pressure. There's always going to be that potential to blink up and to maybe try and really make a play out of this, right? So, kind of set up there. Have a look to see if we're maybe interested in making such a play. A couple of scans coming about as we check on things to start off with. It's going to be having the Stalkers continue to trade here for a few moments. And will be a little push away for now. Nothing too crazy then, so far so good. We'll just see a scan coming about, so some shots coming through from that, some damage being dealt here initially. And the bio is moving forwards for the moment, so taking a couple of steps for now. Moving across and seeing if there's some opportunity for work to be done. You obviously have the bio, we're going to be accompanied by the SCV, so it's a chance for Byun to really hit on the other side of the map and to try and make something happen. So opportunity abound as we get settled in for these next few moments. Couple bunkers are going to be looking to get going here as well. Get those set up. Would love to see it and set ourselves off and away with a little bit of firepower. Just going to have the tanks have the bunkers choking them up. We try and get rid of the tanks quickly. It's taken a little while. The longer it takes to get rid of those siege tanks, the tougher this becomes overall for Showtime. And it does feel like he's close, but he's not quite got enough, huh? It feels like Byun has just about managed to actually get himself what he needs to hang on in there, which is impressive because this definitely felt as though it was kind of going the other way against him a little bit at first. Like, it felt like Showtime when he first made the dive, I believed in his ability to kind of clean up. But obviously that has not been the case now. Hence here we are in a position where our Protoss player is left. I won't say worse for wear, but he's actually dealing with it pretty well still. I mean, this is a scenario where we're going to jump onto a siege tank here and reinforcements are being cut off. We might lose the third base, but Byun was pretty committed as well, so you losing your third is not necessarily completely the end of the world, and to the point where Byun actually says, I've run out of speed and opportunity here. So he's going to be the one to say GG. He's going to tap out of this, and it's going to be a Showtime victory for game number 1. So the defense is actually good in the end. And Showtime takes a 1-0 lead in this best of. Damn. Showtime coming in with a little result. How about that? As we get ready for a game 2. In a couple of moments, our second map will be Ley Lines. Showtime a map away then from getting first place in the group. A little bit of a seeding bonus This was Central, West Central, yeah. Get that underway. Oh, we've just had some fast games today as well. Lots of aggression today. We hadn't really had much aggression in the previous days. Ready, says Byun. Showtime. Let's kick this off. Get this a-rolling. I'm watching the Warditv Boomer Bash Group B, guys. Our final match. We will be live tomorrow. Rex March Madness Playoffs. Max Packs versus Clem, one of the series in the semi-finals. So definitely going to be worth checking that out. And then we will be back on Thursday and Friday for the remaining groups of the Boomer Bash and the playoffs over the weekend. So that's our lineup of StarCraft for you guys. So again, if you're enjoying, do consider following, subscribing, etc. Anything that allows you to come back and watch more in the future. The subs and so obviously allow us to keep on running more StarCraft 2 as well. So again, check out those opportunities because they are greatly appreciated. They help us out a whole bunch. It is going to be Byun in the bottom left. It's going to be Showtime in the upper right. As we kickstart this one. Get this one up and rolling. Well, our probe is going to scout as Showtime just wants to try and double check what's up early, try and get as much information on that as possible. So just trying to make sure not to be caught off guard or unawares as to what is going on. So yeah, just looking for that info nice and quickly here to get settled down. A couple of SCVs are gathering up as well, so they're also going to try and get joined together for a few moments, see what perhaps they can get up to for a little while. Just see the probe pulling back over toward that mineral line, so it's getting back over. And the Stalker, a couple of gates coming through, and a lot of that established here for a few moments. Reaper is gonna get by here as well, so yeah, again, just some movement. Nothing really too crazy to touch on just yet, guys. Just waiting for this initial setup to come by. The sentry is obviously on the way. It is triple CC from Byun, which is oftentimes worth a mention, I suppose. The fact it's going to go triple CC so early and make an attempt at, you know, just playing the big old economy here seems to be the plan. Don't hate it. Find a way to set up and try and make something happen. Let's just have a little bit here and there, all coming through. Just seeing the hallucination, obviously still very much so checking to see what's going on as well. So just making sure, checking to see what's currently going on. Got two gateways at the front, so they're going to go and create a little bit of a wall off, and we prepare with that in the next little while. So we get that prep underway. Sentry and the Stalker there just going to get a few shots off. We chase away for a few moments. And yeah, Stim Pack and +1 both continuing to come into play right here for the moment as well. Get that up and running. And a little bit of bio gathering up. joining together for now. Getting settled. Stalkers obviously take some control of the map. With that blink finishing soon, that will be Showtime's opportunity to take a little bit more control in this, a little bit more of a chance to be very involved in where we are at in this game. See where things are truly going to be heading to. See if we can apply some pressure. So on and so forth. Stalker sentry starts to move down. We'll have ourselves the bunker here in immediate trouble as well. A little blink back. Couple of SCVs going down so far. Yeah, bunker is going to be jumped on, and bunker will not go very far, so again, bunker just going to drop. It's going to be an easy cleanup. But we do start a chase back. Having that stim allows you to play the chasing game, and Showtime already a little bit hurt, doesn't want to push his luck, it seems. It's pretty quick to just accept the get the hell out of their card and plan. And sometimes it's not worth trying to push for more when you can clearly see it's not really meant to be happening. Actually going to come forward again now. I mean, like I said, this is the benefit of having just pulled back so quickly previously. Now you're in no trouble at all. You can kind of just pull back, get going again. Be very happy and comfortable about this. SCV's already going down. Make their way across. Just going to be seeing the Bio continues to play trading games. So now we trade out for a little bit, do some damage. Charge the Observer coming into production right now as well, so continue through with that. A couple of those Stalkers already taking hits, so again, some more damage being done for the moment. And Bio coming through once more, just chasing those Stalkers back over to the other side of the map. So, straight over there right now. Seeing that Prism setting up, we do have the few Stalkers stepping through. Marauder's taking some damage. A little bit of Bio fighting. The couple of Zelds are going to come through. Widow Lions getting picked away at immediately. So we'll be able to take those out. Work us down. Byun has the upgrade lead for the moment, starting up his 2-2 as well, trying to maintain that upgrade lead as best as he can. I guess that's the Prism warps in. We are going to have a clash right here. Interesting clash because there's not really anything to answer the Colossus, and that's always the issue. And because of this, Showtime takes the opportunity to blink forward aggressively, start a chase and target down those medevacs. We get a couple of picks with those, and we are going to get 2, 3. Now the fourth medevac under pressure. It goes down. Almost feels like you can continue pushing here at Showtime with no medevacs and no healing. This army is going to be so hard pressed. I mean, you're just going to have such a rough time. It's going to be extremely difficult. As the Bio Force regathers, we do see the 2-2 upgrade and the ship +1 weapons coming up. That's great and all, but I'd say this moment right now is interesting. We actually do have a few Vikings at least, which is a big deal against the Colossus, so we do have some answers to that. Otherwise, I really do think we'd be in trouble. I think we're in trouble anyway. Like I say, no medevacs to me is a sign of problems. As you see, the depot going to get taken down. A couple of Widow Mines are going to fire back up. See some more Marines taking hits. Stalkers will start to push the Vikings back, which means that the Colossus stays safe for a bit longer. Nice Widow Mines gets to the center of the Zealots. Actually stayed lined up on it for a while. Didn't think that was going to necessarily be the case right there, but yeah, we do manage to succeed on that one as the Bio pulls a little further back. Charging through once more. Again, the Colossus is going to be there. So a lot of low HP units. Like I say, the lack of medevacs is still being shown. Like, even though 2 showed up, the fact that we haven't had healing throughout this is a major issue. Showtime with the confident push to take a 2-0 victory. He will take this series over Byun, and he will advance through in first place of this group. Showtime. Yeah, showing up today. He looked good in all of his matches, so yeah, he really did look super solid, to be honest, so yeah, love to see that. GG's. And with that, guys, we are wrapped up for the day, StarCraft-wise. So, unfortunately, that's going to be it for us in terms of StarCraft 2. But I'm going to play some non-StarCraft stuff, I think, for a little bit on stream, because we're finished so quickly. But yeah, obviously, we do have more Boomer Bash coming up Thursday and Friday. We will be seeing the 2 matchups between Group C and D. Group C on Thursday is going to be Kua, Ryung, Hero, and Solar, and then Group D on Friday will be Mana, Classic, Lambo, and Bunny. I think those are pretty fun groups, to be honest. I'm looking forward to them. And then, on top of that, so obviously tomorrow it's the Rex March Madness tournament, guys, so tune in tomorrow for Rex March Madness. Tomorrow will be the playoffs, Hero versus Shin, best of 5, and then Clem versus Max Packs, best of 5. That is 1 hour earlier than our usual stream time, so that'll be at midday European time, so it's just a little bit different, so just a little heads up to that, to let you guys know about it. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for hanging about with us. I appreciate you all. I will be swapping to some non-StarCraft stuff now, so I appreciate a lot of you guys that are watching StarCraft going to leave. So if you did enjoy the StarCraft, follow, like, subscribe, Prime sub, etc. We appreciate the support today. The road to 700 subs is slow going, but we're making our way up. We should hit some days without dropping subs for the next week or so, so maybe we can make a bit more of a push towards 700 again. So yes, if you're going to leave us, thank you so much for watching. If you want to stick around, I'm probably going to play some Marvel Rivals for an hour or so, just extend the stream a little bit. So yeah, I am going to go warm up my lunch though, so I'm going to go do that. I'll put the break screen on, we'll come back, we'll do some non-StarCraft when we return. Leave us, like I say, thanks for watching.